I'm doing one of my favorite summer dishes today. It's a very easy dish to cook. It's a dish that's a little hard to pronounce, fasolakya yakhni, but you can say green bean stew. This is a great example of why Greek cuisine is so healthy. This is a main course vegetable dish. That's one of the basic characteristics of Greek cooking. We eat a lot of vegetables, not as side dishes, but as main dishes. And that way, we get our daily allowance of vegetables in one meal. It's a very simple dish to cook. It's delicious, and it's seasonal, another very important thing. This dish, to me, has it all. It's got its vegetables, of course, green beans, tomatoes, onions, a little bit of potato, really good fat, extra virgin Greek olive oil, and it's got a little bit of protein right at the end, which is an accompaniment, and that's a little piece of feta cheese, which we almost always eat with our fasolakya yakhni. The first thing we have to do is prep our beans. I'm using a flat green bean. You cut off the tips a little bit. The other thing I'm doing here is taking the strings off the string beans, because when they cook up, the last thing you want is to be pulling little pieces of string that's almost like dental floss out of your mouth. For whoever wants to use a fresh tomato, especially if you've got these great Greek tomatoes, we do something, it's the home cook's way of making tomato concassé. You just grate it along the coarse side of a stand-up grater. So I'm heating my pot here. I'm going to pour in my olive oil, probably more olive oil than most non-Greeks are used to using in a year. This stuff is great. It's from a place in eastern Crete called Sitia. It's got a very delicious fruity taste, very gentle aroma. We're going to use it in two different ways in this dish. This dish is about as easy as it gets. Everything goes into one pot, we close the lid, and it cooks itself. I'm going to sweat my onions. These are going to cook on medium to low heat for about 7 minutes. We're basically just softening them. We don't want much color on them. We just want them to be nice and soft and a little bit sweet. The next thing that goes into the pressure cooker is my garlic. So I'm adding everything else now. My green beans, stringless string beans. I always have this thing when I cook. I like to coat everything in olive oil, especially when it's really good, world champion, extra virgin Greek olive oil from Sitia in eastern Crete. Next, my potatoes. Next thing, almost the last thing, I'm adding my tomatoes. Delicious summer tomatoes. Toss them around a little bit. This is basically the juice in the pot. So I'm just adding a little salt, a little bit of cracked black pepper, and my parsley. This is the last act before we actually eat our delicious fasolakya yakhni. I'm putting on my pressure cooker, tightening the lid. I'm going to press it to about 20 minutes. It's a little bit warm. You can serve this at room temperature too. That's the great beauty of most of these olive oil-based dishes. And now the finishing touch, our extra virgin olive oil, our champion olive oil from eastern Crete, from Sitia. And we pour it on very generously. Our feta cheese, dinner's ready. A complete meal in one pressure cooker.